Hello! Yay, it's Tuesday! And I can finally, I think I'm going to be able to be in the groove um, I think I'm going to be able to be in the groove to live stream more often. It has not been easy for me because my daughter's been in school and, I just, even though you have the best intentions to do stuff, it just doesn't work out that way. So I think not this week, but I think next week we are going to start. We're going to start our. I'm just sorry. Hang on one second. We're going to start our encyclopedia. Altering an encyclopedia. So I don't know how many of you guys want to craft along, but it's going to be really fun. And, you don't need a lot of supplies. Glue stick, or whatever whatever. It's like one of those things where we're going to take the encyclopedia. I'll try to give a list on Friday, and hopefully that will help out. So today I am going to work in my glue book. I have been harvesting a lot of images, and that's, I kind of don't know when to say enough. Like, I don't know about any of you, but I don't know when I've had enough. I don't know when, so I do and I don't. I have, I don't know, I have some certain things I really love, and then I just don't want to have to go back again and do it. So I'm going to work on my glue book. I'm going to harvest some images and hope you guys glue along. So for the altered Longy lurkers out there, say hey. So for the make along, how did I say that one? For the make along encyclopedia, if you can get more than one encyclopedia, I would. I'll tell you why, because then you can, these are not meant to be beautiful finished projects. They're meant to be just super easy, fun, sort of experimentation books. So, that is what they're meant to be. So, if you can get more than one, I would do it. And don't buy anything. So if you don't have an encyclopedia, oh my gosh, you guys, I can't even chat. Oh, this is so ridiculous. Oh my gosh. You guys, I can't chat or see the chat. This is what I love. Okay, let me just see what I can do. You guys, has anybody done the new Creator Studio? I got to upgrade to it, and I haven't. So just give me a second, or I won't be able to see the chat. I can't chat. I can't see the chat. This is ridiculous. Just give me 1 second. So for the, let's see. Okay, you guys can hear it now. Let me see if I can see the chat. I have to pull up a different screen to see the chat. Oh, why is the chat disabled? Oh, you guys, what is wrong? That's what's wrong. It says the chat is disabled. Oh, you guys, I'm sucking at this. All right, let's see. Sorry, give me a second. Let me see if I can enable the chat. I have not learned this new Creator Studio, and I don't know. How many of you guys have learned this new Creator Studio? I have not learned this new Creator Studio, and I don't know. Oh my gosh, really? And I don't know. Enable live chat. Yay! Okay, now I should be able to. Now you guys should be able to see the chat. Now I should be able to see the chat. Everybody should be able to chat. All right, let's see if it worked this time. Okay, now you guys can chat. You guys. This is how off I am. I don't. Now you guys can all chat. Sorry. Hey, Jamie. I'm sorry. You guys, okay. How many of you guys have done the tutorial on the new Creator Studio? I have not. And I can see a bunch of people watching, and I'm sure you guys tried to chat, and then it said it was disabled. Everybody say hey. And then I'll know that it's all fixed. Everybody refresh so you can see the chat. Hey, Amberly. I'm sorry. You know what it is? Okay, so they have this new Creator Studios. You messaged me. Hi, Caitlin. Hey, Laura. Oh, my God, Laura. We have to talk. How many of you guys have been over to the Jersey Crafter and watched her? I haven't got to watch it live, but I got to watch the replay the other day with Hugh. Oh, my God. I laughed until I cried. Hi, Elizabeth. I laughed until I cried. I wasn't there live. Because, it's been the last week of school and all that ridiculous stuff. But I got to see the replay. And oh my God, I laughed until I cried, Laura. It was probably, you know what? That is what happens to me. Okay? Hi, Lucinda. Everybody, maybe you need to refresh if you can't. Hey, Elizabeth, if you can't chat, because I needed to get a new computer. Okay, I'll look at it after this. Okay, Jamie, thanks. I didn't, I posted the thing in Facebook, but I didn't look in there. You guys, I've been doing some serious calamari. Hi, Samantha. So, Laura, I have to say that was one of my best. I laughed so hard. It's a little bit like the same thing that happened to me when like, because you're so naive. You're just like, oh, hello, so-and-so. You're like thinking. Anyway, you guys, it's ridiculous. Hey, Marilyn, how are you? You guys, okay, so YouTube Creator. Laura, are you using the new Creator Studio? I'm not using it. I'm using the old one. Hey, Cassandra. Oh, Caitlin, we've missed you. And you know what, Caitlin? I had no idea that you had a car wreck. I knew that something had happened, but I didn't know what happened. But I'm so glad you're so much better. And big love, love, love to you. And I'm glad you're on the mend. So I am not using the new Creator Studio. And you got to do a tutorial for it. And I can't get my computer's old. And I can't get it to work with it. So I'm having a few issues. So I'm not there yet. And I know many of you are way more tech savvy than me, and I'm not totally there. I'm not totally there. I am not there. I like the patterning back behind this. So if you guys want to make no, your Streamlabs app, you don't have enough subs to use YouTube. Oh, okay. You guys go over and sub to Laura's channel. It's the Jersey Crafter. She goes live stream all the time, night and day, whenever she feels like it, which is great for me because I don't have a regular schedule. I thought this week was going to be better and easier, and I was wrong. It is not. It is not better and easier. It is not better and easier. I feel like I needed I feel like I feel like I'm still in the school thing. Hi, Samantha. We have both Samanthas here. Caitlin, big love to you, girl. Big love to you. So I thought that I was going to, in my mind, I thought it was going to be like a no big deal, no brainer. I thought, oh, well, school will just be over. You guys, I felt like I had run a marathon and did not. Elle says she uses the new studio, but she probably couldn't help me because you're not so tech savvy. You know, hey APG, what I need to do is I need to upgrade my oh, I'm happy you're lurking. I need to upgrade my computer system. And so I haven't done it. You guys, I have so many things on my plate that it's just like one of those things where, but I don't know why I thought I was just going to be like, oh yes, it's over. So school ended for us on Friday. And after, you know what they made us do? It was so ridiculous on Friday. They had this teacher appreciation breakfast. I mean, dinner, lunch, or whatever, after school was out. So I went and I volunteered and helped while my daughter was still in school because it's kind of a far drive for me to go back and forth. And then afterwards, I was like, why did I do that? I mean, I moved like 100 chairs, argued with people over like 2 inches. Finally, I was like, we only have 2 hours to set this up. We can argue over what is the center, but after like 60 people get in here, it's not going to matter. So, you guys, I'm a Texas girl, but I lived most of my adult life in New York City, so I'm not, sometimes the touchy-feely doesn't come across when I think somebody's wasting my time. How many of you guys feel like that? Hey, Denise. Hi, Jean. So I'm happy to see all of you guys. So back to my, first of all, you guys got to go over and watch. Laura, what was the episode of Hugh? So everybody can have a good laugh because it's as good as my Pocket Man. Nobody cares about 2 inches when everyone's sitting. I agree with you, Caitlin. Hi, Patricia. Anyway, what's so stupid is, so I was like worn out by the time I got home, and my hottie was like, oh, let's go out. Let's celebrate the graduation from 6th grade. You guys, I could not. I felt like I had moved. You know those big, huge racks of chairs where they put like 100 chairs on a thing and you push them in and out? You push like the racks all around. Oh my God. They had those and they were all in front of these chairs that they wanted to use, which were behind everything. And I felt like I had a workout before I even like did anything. It was so ridiculous. So that was my, so we didn't feel like going anywhere. We did not feel like going, so there was no... Okay, so Laura's saying it was Saturday evening crafting. So you guys got to go back and watch Saturday evening crafting, and you have to hear about Laura's person, Hugh, that came in. Oh my God, I laughed. I wish I had been there live. I laughed until I cried. What was I doing on Saturday? Guys, do you guys ever, like, do all your days ever run into each other? Does anybody besides me have that issue where all your days just like run together? Oh, it's at 2 hours and 30 minutes, Laura's saying. You were in tears, Samantha? Oh my God. You know what? I think Laura and I have the same troll karma. You know, I was like, oh my God, I never laughed so hard. I was crying. I was laughing so hard. So, I was crying. And I missed, okay, so I even miss Carla Cage Fish. You usually lose one day a week. Oh my God. Troll karma, right? You're laughing at me, but it's so true. I have the same, because Laura, I'm a little bit like you. It's like, oh, hello, so-and-so. That's how Pocket Man put his picture in our Facebook group, because I was like trying to be all PC. So you guys, I had all these grandiose plans, and I feel like I'm going through school withdrawal. Like, I literally feel like I'm like, you know, like when you're so exhausted from something, I feel like that. It's so stupid, but I feel like that. Sometimes I save these. I don't know, because I have so many of these magazines, but see, I don't know if it shows up on the camera, but do you see these really fine lines? I like them. You thought the person was from another country, so you were trying to be all PC? Oh my God. Oh my God, Laura. It made me laugh so hard. I just cried so hard. Yes, I miss Carla Cage Fish today. I don't know. You know what? Okay, so I usually always, even if I can only watch it on my phone. Oh, I like this picture too. So maybe I won't cut all this out because I don't have my binder over here. maybe this is one. You know, I like these. These are more my favorite ones right now. Elle Decor, and I'll show you another one that I really like too, but I liked this. Guys, I've got so much crap on my desk. It's ridiculous. So I tried to go through, I'm really seriously trying to like go through all my stuff because I want to get my space back together. But you guys, it's like, have you ever been like on the end of a losing battle? Like you're like, oh, that's great. And then you keep doing it and you're just like, I'm getting nowhere. I'm getting nowhere. I made such a big mess that I have to like, I don't know, backtrack and fix the mess. Like I have such a big mess of stuff that I don't want to keep. But anyway, it's ridiculous. Yeah, Caitlin, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Caitlin was in a really bad car wreck and hurt herself really bad. Caitlin, did you break your neck? Is that what happened? Because I didn't, because I didn't ask or whatever, but, so I'm in the middle of my, trying to do like the best calamari I've ever done so that I can start I have all these new projects I want to start. How many of you guys have that sort of thing where you have like a list of projects that you want to start and it's just overwhelming because you've got old projects. Your storage just half cleared. Oh, that's good. Hi, Lala. You know what? It's just too much for me. It's just too much some days. So I just gotta let it go. But I did get to work on my glue book a little bit this week. I've made myself, because I want to finish it. Not that, I would just like to finish something. So I'll show you what my friend Larita sent me. Oh my gosh. You guys have to see this. This is so cool. So she sent me, she has an Etsy shop or I don't know if it's an Etsy shop or she just says it online. And I had mentioned that I was looking for some doorknobs. So she sent me these doorknobs that she has. These Tim Holtz doorknobs. So I think I picked one out for my book. I just need to get an elastic for it. Hey, Miss APG. How are you? And I was going to do the ATC a day, and I've done them, but I just didn't make a video of them because I couldn't. So I think out of all these doorknobs, I'm either going to use this one in the front of my book, which is like a plumbing one. I don't know if you can see it very well. Let me see. I don't know if my lighting is like crap today. You know, I'm doing so much better. So this is like, it's either this one or it is this one. I don't know which one yet. I've got to find my, that's going to be the closer. Oh my gosh, Caitlin said she had 8 spinal fractures and 2 in her neck. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Caitlin, prayers and love to you, girl. The first one? Yeah, that's the one I thought too. Yeah, so that's the one. So she sent me these things. I can't tell you the name of her shop, but you know what? I will, after the video's over, I will link it. She sells on Facebook. I will link it in the description, and you guys go over and check her out. Everything she sells is really inexpensive. So, and you know I don't need anything, okay? You heard me say that. I don't need a thing, right? I don't need a thing. All you lurkers say hey. So I will, I want to say her shop is called the Jack of All Cards, or, let me see if I can find it really quick. But I was looking for some knobs and I was having a conversation with her, and I think it's called Jack of All Cards, but I'll tell you in a second. So tell me what projects you guys are working on. And I'll talk you through my It's called Jack of All Crafts. Okay. I don't know if I can post the link in the chat, but let me see if I can. You guys, she sells things really inexpensively, and she's a very sweet person. It's called Jack of All Crafts. Yeah, artist trading card. Hey, Popo. So that's Larita's right there. That's her Facebook group. And if you guys want to go over and check out, she sells distress inks, distress oxides, some Tim Holtz stuff, a bunch of other stamps, all at a really incredibly reasonable price. Yeah, so I have been doing my artist trading cards. I'm going to make a video. I just haven't. I'm just going to do them all for 1 week. I'm going to get to the 7th, and then I'll make a video for all of them. So that I'm working on that, and then also, isn't somebody sponsoring an iCAD a day too? Am I wrong? Isn't somebody sponsoring an iCAD a day thing too? Yeah, so I'm doing the ATCs. I haven't been doing the iCADs, although I could. Guys, I'm not good at anything like that you have to do. How many of you guys are good at that? Like where you're like, oh, I'm good at, I can do that. I can follow rules. Because I can't. I don't care. It's like, I try, but I just can't. How many of you guys are like that? Okay, I think I'm going to put it in there. Let me see if I can find my... Let me see how big the hole is on this thing. So if you guys want to make along for the encyclopedia make, so I would advise you to get 2, at least 2, because some of the things may not work out as well as you'd like them to, and they're not meant to be like beautiful finished products. They're meant to be like, it's meant to be sort of like a, you know, like a place where you can just experiment with things, right? That's all. And so I think I'm going to start them next week. I'll start them next Tuesday. Okay, I think it's right there. I think I'm going to start them next Tuesday. That's my goal. That doesn't mean that that's actually going to happen, but that's my goal. So get your encyclopedias. Okay. Hopefully I'm going to be able to do this without having to go find my big bite. Hey, Margie. Hi, Diana. You're retired, so you do as you please. Hey, that's a better way to be. That's awesome. So I was telling my hottie, I was like, last week I tried, whatever day I tried to stream last week, and the dog, and then, okay. So look, at least it's got the knob on it. I'm liking it. I really liked this book, but I've got so many pages in here to finish. I know somebody that's never been here before is going to ask what this is. This is a glue book for no reason. None whatsoever reason. Okay? And I may or may not finish it all. It may not happen. But doesn't it make you feel good when you finish something totally? I had started some pages. Like this is one I finished, I think, since the last time you guys were here, or almost finished. It still needs a little blue up there. I love the knob too. Yes, it's a lot. You love it no reason. But you know what? No, somebody. Okay, so if you guys have been on YouTube for a while, how many of you guys get the most craziest questions on your YouTube channel? I cannot be the only one that gets like the most ridiculous questions. So I get the like, why do you waste your time doing that? How many have any of you gotten that one? I get like the, why are you wasting your time doing that? That makes no sense at all. And then I get the, hi Fee Luke. And then I get the, your voice is annoying. What did I get recently? I got something that was so ridiculous. It was like, I don't know. I was got something like, you've just wasted 5 minutes of my life or something. I don't know. Something so, I don't know. I said, change the channel. I said, isn't that's the beauty of YouTube. I said, change the channel. I also get, like, people, like, write you, like, why? Like, what is the point of that? I get that. I get, what's the point of that? Let me think of what else I get. I get, what's the point of that? You wasted my time. What do you do with all this crap after you make it? Oh, I'm a hillbilly? I'm sure, of course I'm a hillbilly. I'm definitely a hillbilly. Hey, Carrie. I get, like, ridiculous stuff. I get, I don't know. I get, like, sometimes they write me, could you just get to the point? I've gotten a few of those. Oh, no, Shannon Green is a hillbilly. Hey, I could be a hillbilly, too. I think I'm probably more of a redneck than a hillbilly, but I love Shannon Green. Yeah, it's like, I don't know, some of the trolls that come around, you just want to say, like, lighten up, get a life. You want to say, you know, there is no reason for any of this. And I don't know. I get some good ones, though. Or I get some, my favorite ones, or I should say my not favorite ones, are the ones, like, when you've explained something, like, so totally well, like, as good as you could possibly explain it. Like, you've explained something, you've taken them through the whole thing, you've explained it, you've said, you know, get this supply, do this, do that, and then somebody says to you, and you've told them, like, you know, try this, find your zen with it, find your way, you know, there's no right or wrong, and then they go, I don't like your way, or what, just like, whatever. I have one on earrings, on making soda can earrings, and I make the mistake of calling it tin can, because I'm from Texas and we do things like say tin can, and this lady, like, writes me, it is not a tin can, and you've made me so disappointed because you told me, hi, Michelle Scott. Hi, Doreen. You made me so disappointed by calling it tin. I came here specifically looking for the tin. Just like, oh my God, seriously, like, move on. Oh, Carrie, definitely big love to you, girl. Prayers and love. Prayers and love. So I'm hoping that my this summer is going to be filled with a lot more YouTube, because I'm hoping that I don't have to drive very far. My little one has decided that she is going to go to, she wants to go to, like, a camp close by. So then I won't have driving. How are you, Miss Michelle Scott? I missed your live the other day. You guys, have you guys gone back and checked to make sure that you're still subbied to some of your favorite peeps? Because I have, after my whole debacle of being unsubscribed to other people. I have made sure that I am subscribed, that my subscriptions are up to date, so that I'm not missing anybody. And I saw that I missed Michelle Had a Live. I missed it. Hey, Charlene. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm going to get back on the YouTube bandwagon, back on my YouTube schedule. Hey, Miss Linda. You have a nosebleed. Oh, no, girl. Take care of yourself. Okay, I did not get the picture of my hottie in his skinny jeans, but I do have some updates on the diet and the skinny jeans. Okay? So, for those of you that didn't listen a couple weeks ago, or haven't been following my ridiculousness, which is absolutely fine, please, feel free not to follow my ridiculousness. I started doing a keto diet, maybe about 3 months ago. And I've lost some weight, but I did it more because one of our crafting mamas did it, and she suffers from, she has arthritis and other things that she and I share conditions of. And she said it was like a huge, like definitely a huge pain reliever. Hi, Laurel. So my partner, being who he is, has to like, he likes to, he was like, I want to try it too for like the experiment, because he did not need to lose weight. Not 1 pound. Not 1 pound, okay? So he can now wear those super skinny jeans that he bought himself by mistake. Remember I told you guys that he needed new jeans, and he had told you he didn't go try them on because he's a guy. How many of the guys in your life actually try things on when they go to the store? Mine doesn't. He thinks that if you just see the same size, like, it'll be the same. He doesn't even look at the style of jeans. He just goes in and gets jeans. So now, today, he put on the skinny jeans, and he was like, they're loose on me. Oh my God, you guys, I think this diet's created a monster. He was like, they're very loose on me. I need to get a new belt. It was just ridiculous. I just laughed. No, I didn't pull out any pages. I glued them together. Now, the reason why, Caitlin, and look, I haven't even glued all the ones together in the back, is these pages were really thin. So some books, if you're going to, and I just use glue stick on this book. Primarily, good night, Doreen. Big hugs. Hope to see you on Friday. I have just used glue stick because I found, and this is my personal preference, you guys make your glue books however you like, that if I use a wet glue, like if I use, I don't know, any sort of wet glue or PVA glue or Mod Podge, that the pages stick together where I live. Okay? Where I live. And so, hey Maggie. So I didn't stick mine together that way. But I know there's many of you that like to alter books and do them with Mod Podge. And now if I'm going to do that, I like to use matte medium, like a Liquitex matte medium. Hi, Curly. So, I didn't tear any of these pages out. But do it your way. You guys do. You like shopping with your boyfriend because he shops like a girl. Mine doesn't. Mine just runs in. So what is it? What else is? So he's obsessed. So you guys, he's so tall and thin. He doesn't even. So he's down to. He went from a 34 waist to a 32 waist. Right. I don't have a problem with matte medium either, but I do with Mod Podge. I can alter some skinny jeans. Okay, so he went down to 32 waist, and then today he informs me that he thinks he's like a 31. And I said, well, I'm not going to buy you any more pants. You go buy your own pants. I'm not going shopping. You need to go try them on. But he can wear those pants, those ones I told you that he couldn't wear that he bought, and when he tried to put them on, all I heard him was go, ugh. This was like months ago when he bought them for his job. You guys, this diet's turned him into a it's so silly. We missed you too, Miss Carrie. So tell me the projects you guys are working on besides ATCs and iCads. Which I love ATCs and iCads. I love them both. So I'm definitely going to I am doing the Altered Encyclopedia, so get a couple, and I think we'll start next week. We'll try to start on Tuesday of next week. And a glue stick, and you're making a journal for your mom that you never work on. You sound like me. Oh my gosh. Your boyfriend, Caitlin says her boyfriend's really into Gucci. He's a fashion guy. Oh, mine's not into Gucci. Mine are just Old Navy skinny jeans that are ridiculous. Paper flowers from K-Cup filters. Oh, that's cool. You're not working on anything right now? Ooh, Denise says she's working on a glue book with a composition book, but she'd like to do a napkin journal. Ooh, yeah. Maggie says she still has to start a journal. So Elizabeth's working on clasp envelope journals. Oh, I love those. Watercolor flowers. Nice. Tags, pockets, and more. Ooh, sounds good. I have saved some boxes. I've saved a bunch of these little baker's chocolate boxes and some other small boxes I was going to make some small journals out of, but I haven't yet. Jersey's into gouache. Oh my gosh. So did you ever figure out did you ever figure out gouache? Did you ever figure it out? Gouache is just opaque watercolor. It's just opaque watercolor. Now I know I had a bicycle. I know I saved one. What are you making, Miss Laura? Cassandra says she's making earrings out of polymer clay. Yay. You're into gouache. Did you ever see that 20s designer? I mean, he lived to be almost 100, so I think he died in like the 90s. Erte? He was a costume designer, and he ended up making sculptures and all kinds of stuff. He painted in gouache. You would love looking at his. Hi, Lizzie. I'm happy to see you. Charlene's making a cake and cupcake toppers. And Caitlin's making a letter backdrop for her church. And you figured out you love painting gouache on music paper. Oh, that's great. Lizzie, we love you. Okay, let's see. Let me see if I can find that bicycle. I thought, you know what I did is I tried to go through. How many of you guys have binders and binders of images? I do. It's ridiculous. My kids, like if something happened to me, they go through my stuff and go, what is this crap? They would be like, why does mom have 100 pictures of watches torn out? But I have been, oh, isn't this a great picture? This came from a Nat Geo. This is a vintage photograph of some little kids at Mardi Gras. I don't know if you can see it very well. You finished a magpie journal for a swap, Curly? Ooh, that sounds nice. And you're focusing on your personal journals. That sounds good. You have boxes and boxes of pictures? I do too. So I just love this. I don't know where I'm going to put it in, but I liked it. I would tell you if you don't want your book to wrinkle or warp, start on one end, alternate the ends. Alternate the ends. And I haven't finished gluing those pages in either. You guys see? I was cutting out pictures and I just stuck them everywhere. Oh, I love this. I'm going to put it on that side. Some people standing together. Hey, Kate. How was your vacation, Kate? You can't get Recycle Bank there? You mean like what? You can't log in and use Recycle Bank? How does that work? I mean, I thought it was just a regular site. Or you're saying that you can't get they won't send the magazines there? Apply because I can. Perfect, Jane. Oh, it's so humid in Texas. So Kate went to Galveston for vacation. And, you know, I grew up there. And it is hot and humid. It is so humid there. You like dabbling and trying new things out? Me too. So you can't get it. Laura, explain to me why you can't get Recycle Bank. Like, if I tried to send you a magazine from Recycle Bank from using my points, you couldn't get it? And I tried to sign up. It says not available in this area. Huh. That doesn't make sense because it's just Hearst Publications, I think. Huh. That's crazy. You know what? But can I tell you that's usually what we get for everything in Hawaii? We usually get not available here, or we can't ship to you. Or my favorite thing is people go, "Do you live in the United States?" And you just want to go, "Oh my gosh, seriously." At one point, the wind stopped and it was 91 degrees, and the bugs started to come out. It is very humid. Hey, Marilyn. Carly, Recycle Bank is where you go to, I think it's recyclebank.com. You go and you answer all these recycling questions and you gather points. And then you can redeem those points for free magazines. And we have all been doing it and have a plethora of too many magazines. Recycle Bank go check it out. I mean, I don't know if it's going to work in your area because if it doesn't work in Laura's area, I've never heard that, but you know what? You never know. Guys, I have coffee and water. Got my water, got my coffee. I'm good to go. Look, these are a whole bunch of people. This is also from a Nat Geo. These are a whole bunch of people standing to make an American flag. I love that. Well, I'm not getting any more magazines, but I'll certainly, if I have points, Laura, message me your address, and if I have enough points to send you some, I will. I sent some to Cheryl. I don't know if she ever got them, but I sent them. So what did Carla make today? I didn't even get to go back and watch the replay. I was like, how many of you guys, like, you start something and you're like, okay, I'm going to get to do that, and then it just doesn't come into fruition? That was my life today. Hi, Malia. You're still getting magazines from Recycle Bank? Yeah, I just don't need any. Yeah, I'll send you, if you tell me the ones you want. I mean, you have to go on there and look. They have, somebody want to pipe in and tell her what magazines they have? Because, honestly, I don't know anymore. But I'm not going to get any more magazines. I'm maxed out I'm maxed out with magazines. In fact, I've been like, all I've done is I've been recycling them is what I've been doing. You just got a funny yearbook from Malia. Oh, how nice. I love that. Kate gets Glamour and Martha Stewart. I like the ones, I like the ones, the architecture ones, the L architecture or L design or whatever. Because that's what I like to cut up, so. And I also think Marie Claire is a good one. Does anybody else cut up Marie Claire? Hottie says she still gets about 15 magazines. I don't know which ones are good and which ones aren't anymore. Does anybody want to pipe in and give your 2 cents on which ones you really like and which ones you don't? Malia gets 800 magazines from them. You guys, it's just too much sometimes. And my postman's so lazy, so now what happens is he sees magazines, he automatically thinks it's me, and he brings them down, and they're my neighbors. I was like, what? Which one do you like? Malia says she likes Veranda and Garden and Gun and Country Living. Ooh. You send them to work for your students to cut up? Cassandra says Women's Day and Good Housekeeping. Yeah, those are on there too. I sent some into my daughter's school too, Kate, because I was like, okay, I'm overloaded with the magazines. I've got plenty of magazines now. Plenty. Do you love my burnisher? My stamp? What's great if you want funny looking people, your yearbook. You guys, I scored some yearbooks. I have them in my stash of stuff. I was going to alter them. I haven't done anything to them. I was going to alter them. I don't think I have any. This is another blue page. I can get some blue down here. Cassandra's sharing that women's day and good housekeeping are very thin. The pages are very thin. Oh, that's sweet. Caitlin says she gave away some. So tell me some of your other wish projects of stuff you guys want to do over the summer. Things that you wish, things you want to do. Jamie says she'll post some of the pictures from the yearbook on Facebook. They're so funny. Oh my God, I would love to see that. That would be so good. So let me think of what else is going on besides my hottie and his skinny jeans. This week has gone by. Last week was like a week of ridiculousness. Like, if I could have retired from whatever last week, I would have. Last week was so rough. I was like, this is like a rough week. Guys, I can't even think. Denise, I'm going to alter them. You know what? Get a dictionary if you can't find an encyclopedia. It's just most people, encyclopedias are free. And most people, because people are throwing them away. We're going to alter them, Denise, and just do a bunch of stuff inside of it. We're going to start an altered encyclopedia project next week on Tuesday. So just bring your encyclopedia. You need a glue stick, some scissors. I'm also going to show you how I make collage backgrounds. So, like, if you wanted to, like, how many of you see some really cool stuff, but you're like, I can't do it, or it's too expensive, or I don't want to, collage, but you want, like, something original. So I'll show you how I make my collage backgrounds for artwork that I do. And we're going to use that in our encyclopedia. I mean, it's kind of a free-for-all, so it's like whatever you want to do. It's not, there's no right or wrong to it. But, bring some scissors, and I'll try to make a video this week or over the weekend with a whole list. And we're going to work on it. Maybe we won't do it every week, but maybe some weeks, until we finish it. And it's going to be like a long-term project, so it's not going to be one where you expect to finish it in like one sitting or something like that, And then they're just going to be things that you can use in your own craft projects. So say you like to do, I don't know, say you like to junk journal, or you like to art journal, or you like to do other things. All the little things that we do inside this encyclopedia are going to be things that you could use in other projects. Ideas. Hi, Val. How are you, Mama? Whose birthday is it? I missed it. Whose birthday? Happy birthday, Lily. Oh, happy birthday, Lily. Oh, happy birthday. How old is she, Malia? Five. Oh, happy birthday, Lil. You have a whole full set waiting for a project. So one thing I thought I would do is I've collected, so bring some photographs if you want. Now I'm going to tell you how I do my photographs in my book, but you can do it any way you want. So I don't print out regular photographs on photograph paper. I print them out I try to put them all together in one document, cut and paste them in a document, and print them out in, like, on printer paper, because this is what I find. But you guys, it's really an experiment of what works for you. What I find is that the thinner the pages that I glue it onto, the better. Hey, Anne. Oh, Lily, we love you. Happy birthday. Happy 5th birthday. So do them in law books, Malia. I have some Hawaiian law books too. I have those in my garage. Um, I just said encyclopedia because most people can get them for free. If you can't get an encyclopedia, do it in a dictionary. Do it, and you could do it in a phone book. I mean, there's no right or wrong to it. I mean, you do it in whatever works for you. But it's more about just practicing and finding things that you really like and having a book. Did any of you? So when I used to sew a lot, okay, and I would get a new sewing machine, I would go through and I would try all these things on, like all these different stitches on that sewing machine, and then I would keep it in a notebook. Like I would sew, especially like if I was using a serger or an overlock machine, right? I would sew a bunch of stuff, and then I would, either staple down the sewing things and put the tensions and write the notes on the page, putting a sample of what I've sewn. So I'm kind of hoping that that's what this book will be for all of you. I mean, you could certainly make it into a project, but if then you have a practice book. So like, I don't know, say we decide one day we're going to jelly print or faux jelly print on pages and do different techniques on it. Then you can put notes to it and say, okay, these are the colors I use. This is what I liked about it. This is what I didn't like about it. Oh, Denise. You were just given 2 sets of encyclopedias? I got some really cool ones. I have to say, I told you they know that I like to alter encyclopedias, and sometimes they call me and go, we got the best old set, come and get them, because they just throw them away here. Oh, Denise, I understand those magazine things. Where did I go the other day? They had some really good magazines. I had to refrain from taking them. I wanted to, but I didn't. I really didn't. So we're going to do that. And we're going to practice some things. You can make it into a project if you want, but I suggest you come with 2 of whatever you want. Now, if you don't have an encyclopedia and you just have a couple of old books, use those. Don't go buy anything. Glue stick. You could bring your scrapbook paper if you wanted, some paint, magazine clippings, whatever. No, we're gonna do some like super simple like techniques in the book, and we're going to do some super simple things to so that you can keep using them and practicing. And then I'm kind of hoping, and I'm not 100% sure, but I'm kind of hoping that I may use mine to document my daughter's year in 6th grade. Like I may write things and, I have a bunch of printed photographs of her that I may, after I do the techniques, I may lay them on there. I don't know. Your paper boxes at the bottom of your craft cupboard. Oh, invite somebody over, Caitlin, and say, hey, would you get my paper out? So that's what I've been wanting to do, this encyclopedia project for a while. So I'm kind of excited to just do it, jump in and do it. Hey, Susan. So, bring your own artwork if you want to put some of your artwork in it. Maybe you guys have tons of painty papers that you can use in it. There's no right or wrong. You got to do what works for you. I think I had a big picture I wanted to put on this page. Let me see if I can find it. What else was I going to tell you? What happened this week? My head can't even think. Or last week. Besides I was so exhausted from the I felt like I was working for a moving company, moving all those chairs back and forth and having a sort of a little tete-a-tete with a lady saying 2 inches. Who's going to care once you have 100 people in this room? So somebody's going to say, why do you do it like this? This is just my process. You do it your way. I just kind of lay things down and then I find focal points like this one. Like I just found this really cool map. I don't know what this was, or this was something about a ship. I don't know, a book on ships or something, or in a magazine. And then a map. And then I found this focal point where I really loved them. They were dancing and I thought it was cute. Tuesday at the same time, Elizabeth. I think 9 Eastern is when I come on. Or when I try to come on. It's just I haven't been, guys, my life has not been my own. But it is now. So you said, is my daughter coming to the East Coast? Yeah, Cassandra, she's going to go visit her dad, but not until July sometime. Lizzie, what time do you live stream? Do you live stream on Tuesdays? I thought you live stream on Wednesdays or Thursdays. Hey, Liz. So does anybody have any big summer plans this summer? Any plans for the summer? Any big plans? I was going. It's my younger sister's 50th birthday, and I was going to go and visit her. And she called me the other day, and she said that she is planning on coming to Hawaii, so please do not make a special trip to visit her for her birthday. So I guess I'm not going to do that. Hi, Lynn. Hey, Helen. Oh, you're feeling yucky, Lizzie? Oh, I'm sorry. You have a huge family reunion? Oh, I love family reunions. You have a huge family reunion where? In Jersey or somewhere else, Laura? I can come visit you for, when is your birthday, Jane? You never know. I would love to come visit you. Can you imagine? We'd be crafting crazy. When's your birthday, Jane? Good night, Susan. I hope you have a wonderful night. So I was planning on going to the Carolinas for my sister's 50th, but she told me she's coming here, so I'm not going there. Let's see, what else? Patty and I were going to take a trip, but I think he can't get off of work. How dare I not come here? Well, I was planning on doing it, but I just didn't. She didn't want me to. The one thing about my sister, she doesn't like surprises. So her kids were trying to surprise her with this whole thing, but you know what? I gotta stay out of it. It ain't my thing. It's like she doesn't want us. She doesn't want a surprise. So she kind of fussed at them and fussed at me, and I was like, okay, I'm staying out of it. Not my problem. Not my issue. I want another piece of red. Maybe I can find a red in here. I hope you feel better too, Lizzie. We can't afford to have you sick. What is wrong? I like that. Can someone send some warm weather to you? Oh, it's been hot here. Anybody else have any big vacation plans? Does anybody do big summer vacations? Laura, where did you say your reunion was? Did I miss it? How did I miss it? Maybe it scrolled by before I was looking at all the cowgirls. You have your she shed coming tomorrow? Oh, good for you. We don't even want to get started. Oh, I love both of those pages too. Look at the bird. Look at the florals. I love that. Malia says no hotel's nice anymore unless you're staying at a $500 a night place. Oh, Helen said she'll send you some. Hi, Mark. How are you? Helen said she'll send you some hot weather. Right, whose ads are these? These are. Oh, I love them all. That's probably why I didn't throw it out. For the birds. Who is it? Who is the ad for the birds? I can't see the brand. Bergdorf Goodman, I guess. I love them, though. Marilyn's going to Comic-Con at a resort with a pool. Ooh, that sounds nice. Aww. You need a she shed too, Jean, definitely. Hey, Joni. Laura, did you say where your reunion was? Is it in Hawaii? Good night, Michelle, my belle. See you soon. You guys, if you haven't subscribed to Michelle's channel, go over. It's Michelle Scott, and you'll love what she does. She makes beautiful things. Love you, Miss Michelle. I want a piece of red, but I don't want to cut that girl's dress up. I like that one. Sweet dreams, Michelle. We love you. Okay, there's no red in here, but there are some of those good bird pages. I need to just find my big binder of full for it. You're hoping to spend a couple weeks in Virginia with your kids in August. Oh, that's nice. Hi, Jane. How are you, Miss Janie? How are you? So if you guys want to do it with me next week, do the encyclopedia thing. We'll start on Tuesday. And on Tuesday, I don't know exactly. I think what we'll do is we'll make some layouts of it, some pocket layouts and stuff. You did type it twice and it's gone by. Okay, I got to read it back again. I'm sorry. I looked down, okay? It's just going too damn fast for me, and I looked down. Let me just find it. See? This is what happens. Oh my gosh, I'm just not winning. I can't even. Oh my god, I'm missing it. I'm totally missing it. I missed it. I don't know where it went. I don't know what you said. So I guess I should never know. Hey, baby Kennedy. So what was I going to say? Oh, Lynn is asking everyone, which I agree, go to CARES auction this weekend. Is it this weekend or is it next weekend, Lynn? You're going to Nova Scotia? Oh, fun. That sounds great. You're going to go to Maryland to see the fireworks? Oh, that's nice, Cassandra. New York City does have some good fireworks, though, I have to say. New England. I finally saw it. New England. Hi, Lucinda. New England. So CARES auction is this Saturday, I think, right? Is it Saturday, Lynn? And her channel is Care Heart, and what she has a foundation called the Disabled Artist Foundation. So anything that you buy, all the money goes directly to pay for the postage for the packages sent out. And I think she sends out at least 40 a month, if not more. Your sister's going to Europe? How fun. So Elizabeth is saying it's June 8th at 2 p.m. is at 2 p.m. Eastern, and it's on the channel as Care Heart. So if you guys want to pick it, and she has all kinds of cool stuff in the auction. People donate art, and she has supplies, and they're all very reasonably priced, knowing that 100% of the proceeds go to pay for postage and supplies for the Disabled Artists Foundation. And the auction starts at 99 cents. So if anybody needs to have some retail therapy, show some love to the Disabled Artists Foundation on, this eyeball is too big. This eyeball is too big. Show some love to the Disabled Artists Foundation on Saturday. You're going to Las Vegas in August? Ooh. Yes, you're right. Las Vegas does make Texas feel cool. Elizabeth saying this month Care has a lot of really nice stuff. Guys, it's been hot here, and it doesn't usually get hot here until like August, September, but it has been hot here. I guess I was doing a bunch of blue pages. Tells you how up I was on my things here. I was doing some blue pages. I was blue paging it. I was totally blue paging it. Oh my gosh, I would love to come and meet you guys. I was planning on making a trip. So this is what my plan was until my sister kind of blew it. My plan was I was going to try to go to the East Coast because I was going to drop my daughter off to her dad's and go to the East Coast. And when I visited my sister, for her 50th birthday, and then I was going to try to make my way down to visit some peeps, to maybe, get together with some of you, but I don't know. Since I'm not going to do that. I don't know. Kate and I talked about having a gathering in the Washington, Portland area. You sent her several junk journals, Jean. Oh, you're so sweet. Lynn donated some journals. You guys, it's a really for a good cause. It's like, helping a lot of people out that wouldn't necessarily be able to afford to buy their own art supplies. And Kara's such a generous soul. Well, I was planning on it, Laura, but I don't know. I got to retalk it over with her. So I was planning on it because my sister's birthday is in July. So I was like, I can just go and drop my daughter off and go and hang, go for like a week or so, a couple weeks. I could go visit my sister for a couple days, and then, I used to live in New York and I have tons of friends there. I could go and do some stuff. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it all goes. We will see how it goes. We will see what happens. I don't know. And then my hottie and I talked about, because his kids live in Portland, or near Portland. So we talked about going there, but I don't know, a bunch of people just left his work, so I don't know if he's going to be able to get the time off. Jean does rock. She is a big supporter. It is an awesome cause. I agree with you. Laura, can you imagine you and I? We would be up all night crafting. I don't think Romeo could stand it. Romeo would be like, who is this crazy woman? He'd be like, Laura, your friends are a little weird. They're a little odd. They just like to craft all the time. They're crafters. How many of you guys are part of the Creative Arts Collaboration? Oh, thanks, Laura. I would definitely, girl, if I come that way, I'll definitely take you up on it for a night at least, so we could get together, laugh, and craft. I would, I think it would be, what I think would be so fun is just, because we're all like hanging out with each other, making ridiculousness all the time, just to get together and just like craft together and just say, okay, well, next week I'm going to go craft with Laura, and the week after that I'm going to go craft with It'd be so fun. He's so sweet, your Romeo. Did you do your Rosemary Morris journal yet? I saw that you were talking about joining her course, her encaustic course. Did you do her journal? Did you make it yet, Laura? Or start it, I should say. It's like, how many of us do have a million projects? So the Creative Arts Collaboration is getting ready to do a big summer thing. And Cassandra, you know, if I get anywhere near you, my butt's going to come and drive over and see Miss Olivia. I have to meet Miss Olivia in person. Of course, and you too. But I have to. I'd have to take Miss Olivia for some like belated birthday pastry or whatever she's eating. Whatever she would like. Miss Olivia is Cassandra's mother. And how old did she turn this year, Cassandra? How old was she? Well, the bad thing was I did go to Texas, but I didn't even get to see Hottie Poe and Bet, which I, of course, wanted to do. But I was only there for my aunt. And can I tell you, it was great, but it was also draining. It was great, but draining. So I didn't even get to see Miss Hottie Poe. And then I heard from Miss Vicky that I got in trouble from Miss Vicky, Miss V.A. Pearl, Miss Vicky Brown. She was like, where were you? You were close enough where I could have driven to see you. I was like, oh, girl, when you're in the middle of, like, hospice, it's not a good thing. I mean, it was a good thing for my aunt, but you know what I mean. Caitlin says she wishes flights were cheap so she could just fly and craft. Oh, I would love it. You know, I will eventually put together some sort of a gathering here because I would love it if you guys, you know, Hawaii's on a lot of people's bucket list to come, and it would be really great to have just like a week's worth of crafting. And several years ago, I put together this really cool yoga retreat for a really good friend of mine, and I found a great place to stay, and a lot of people came, and it was like, anyway, I've thought about doing it for a craft retreat, you know, so that everybody could just come, and then I could take you guys to my favorite, you know, places to buy things really cheap, junk stuff, and I've thought about it. We'll see. We'll see if I can manifest that. If I can manifest and materialize that. But I found this really great place. She's 95. Miss Olivia turned 95. A road trip, right? Visit New York and Maine. Well, you know, I used to go a couple times a year to Vermont because my daughters went to boarding school there. My older daughters went to boarding school there, so I would fly a couple times a year. And so I thought this year, because my sister was turning 50 and they were going to do this big thing for her, that I was going to go to, she lives in North Carolina, in Charlotte. And I thought I was going to go there, and then I thought I'd take a road trip and drive to up the East Coast. You haven't started it yet, but you're going to. Laura, I can relate. I can so relate. I can absolutely relate. Yeah, I didn't even get to see my hottie. You know, thing is, I should have probably just borrowed one of my cousin's cars and gone to visit Bet and Susan. By the time it all wound down, I was so like, oh, I can't even tell you. First of all, I was so ready to be home, so ready to come home. And I don't know what I imagined, but I thought that I would have some like free time or whatever, and that never happened. Didn't happen at all. I will come to you, Malia. How far are you from? No, Cassandra, she went back to China. Her husband is a linguist, and she went back to China. They went to a place called, and I've never been there, Shenzhen, which is evidently not so far from Hong Kong. And they're back in China. something happened with his visa. You're 2 hours from Charlotte? Oh, cool. Hi, Barb. You come to Hawaii and do a retreat with me, Barb? Oh, Barb, I would love that. I'm going to work on it. You know, I had kind of secretly hoped that we would have our own place by now, our own house by now, and then I could invite everyone with a piece of land. And you know, Hawaii has got a very beautiful tropical. It's like it never really gets cold here, so it's a beautiful place to like camp and sleep outside. And yeah, so my older daughter went back to China. She loves China. You guys, I've been to China a couple times. I didn't love China. Okay, honest, I didn't love it. The air quality was so bad that I couldn't breathe. It was like I could not breathe. It was the worst. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know how, I honestly, I don't know how people live there because I couldn't breathe. Are you coming out to Hawaii next year, Curly? Oh, Hawaii is so beautiful. It is one of the most beautiful places. The weather's always, it's always nice. And I would love it if you guys all came here. We would laugh until we cried. We could invite Pocket Man and Hugh, right, Laura? We could invite Pocket Man and Hugh. Oh my God. You guys go watch Laura's Saturday Night Crafting. What was the time shot again? It was like 2 hours and 30 minutes in. Was that what it was, Laura? And you have to hear Laura greet one of her people named Hugh. Oh my God. Anyway, it was like ridiculous. So, Hawaii is a beautiful place. It is a really beautiful place. Your daughter lives an hour from Charlotte? Oh, cool. Hawaii is so beautiful. Oh, Denise, I'm sorry. I'm sending you love, girl. Hope you feel better. Kauai is a beautiful place. If you guys have ever been to all the Hawaiian islands have like a different energy. Kauai is so beautiful. It's called the Garden Island. And it is really lush and beautiful and green. And it's amazing. All right, I'm going to go back to the beginning, see where my blank pages are. That cracked you up? You almost peed in your pants? Oh, I peed in my pants. But I didn't even get to listen. It's at 2 hours and 30 minutes on Saturday Night Crafting. I did not get to listen to it till it was after it was. I didn't get to. If I had listened to it live, I think I would have died. It was so funny in the replay. Your nephew's in Hawaii. He must be on Oahu. Oh, Denise, the house you're staying at is close to the Polynesian Culture Center. Oh, that's nice. It's called Saturday Evening Crafting, and that's the title. And then go 2 hours and 30 minutes into it. Good night, Caitlin. Big love to you. I'm so happy you came to join us. You like Maui the best? I do too, man, but not everybody does. Everybody has their own thing. You thought it was Popo playing around? Popo does not kid around like that. She may kid, but she does not kid around like that. That is not a Popo joke. It was so funny, but I have done the same thing, okay? I'm so like, I don't know. I guess naive is the word, right? I'm so naive. So naive. Your son's getting married on Oahu in January. Oh, how nice. Oh, no, not so much Denise. What happened? So the same troll showed up the next night in somebody else's stream? Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. That is ridiculous. That is crazy. All right, where's my red page? I'm past it. You guys, I think I'm never going to finish this book. I mean, I feel like I've been gluing in this book for months now. Well, of course, I don't glue in it all the time. I guess if I just sat down and buckled down and glued in it, I'd be done. I've been gluing in this book for what feels like ever. Malia, good night, lovely. We love you so much. Hope you have a good night. Oh, good night, Luz. Big hugs. Maybe I'll see you on Friday, and then maybe I'll see you next week for the encyclopedia. I'll try to make a video thing of it. Guys, I don't know. Helen says she gets a kick out of your laugh, Laura. I do too. No. I think Laura is the only one besides myself that talks so fast. I didn't realize how fast I talked. How many of you guys are aware of how fast you speak or how you speak or whatever? I'm a little oblivious to it, but somebody recently told me I talk really fast, and I do. You laugh when I call it an episode like it's a TV show? Well, what am I supposed to call it? If you don't call it an episode, what do you call it? Give me another name. I'll call it that. Hey. Okay, I can't come to the door. I'm in the middle of live streaming, but just leave it there for me.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye. So what are you saying? You're saying that Laura, what do you call it if you don't call it an episode? You should take lessons from Laura. I speak fast too, but I didn't know that I speak fast. Okay, you guys, it never fails. Okay. You guys, I live stream only once occasionally. And every single time. So my friend decides, remember I told you my friend that saves me junk mail? She brought me junk mail. Bags of it. Even though I've told her I don't need it anymore. It's like, at least the dog's not barking today. It's only because my daughter's home and I have her in the back. Or she would be. She would be barking. Somebody in the chat called it an episode. Well, what are you supposed to call it? Curly says a session. I don't know. What do we call it? Laura says she just pays attention to the language. She likes, like words. She's a nerd at heart. Oh, Laura, that's so funny. I think what's even funnier is that it's like, you're like me, it's like, oh, okay, cool, I'm inviting him in. Like, oh, yeah, great, and then you're like, oh, my God, what did I say? Barb says she's been told that she puts people to sleep with her calming voice. Oh, Barb, we love you, Barb. We love you. A live stream, right, Marilyn? A live stream. A live stream. Laurel says, oh, she keeps everyone up. She gets excited and she talks louder and louder and louder. Oh, gosh. I don't know, you guys. Today's been it's been a good day, but it's been like a little bit of a weird day, too. What was I going to tell you? Let me see. I can't even remember. So many things happen to me. How many of you live a life, like, so many things happen to you that you can't even, like, it feels like it was, like, a week ago when it was just a little while ago. Like, yeah, it was just yesterday. You just got to be who you are. I agree. Yeah, Barb, you streamed this Friday, yeah? You guys make sure you go over to howtogetcreative.com and How to Get with Barb Owen. This is her Friday stream. She only streams live once a month, and it's this week at 9 a.m. my time, which is, 2 p.m.? Barb, what time is it your time? 2 p.m.? You guys, we don't have daylight saving time here, so every time it's like it doesn't translate. Hi, Aunt Beck. 2 p.m. Eastern. So 2 p.m. Eastern, I think, is... Hang on. 2 p.m. Eastern is 8 a.m. my time. Not you. Your life is boring. Oh, my God. Okay, so what I didn't tell you guys. Remember last week when I was like, okay, this is my life, okay? So, okay, Okay, so remember last week we were like in the middle of the stream or whenever, and I kept telling you that somebody with this big diesel truck kept driving by, and then he kept driving back and forth in front of my house, right? You finished making a mess with Beth Schuler? Oh, awesome. So you remember, so we were talking and I was like, what is up with my neighbor? Like I told you, every single time I stream, like something happens, something stupid, like my friend deciding to come over, like she's just going to come over right now, no call, no nothing. And so last week, somebody was driving back and forth in front of my house, and I was like, what is this? And he was driving with this big diesel truck. Now, it was much louder in person than it was, I think, on the video, which is great because sometimes it's so loud. So finally, this lady walks up to my house after they've been driving back and forth for, I don't know, for a long time. They've been driving back and forth for a while. So finally this lady walks up to my house and she asks for this guy. And you guys, we have a guest house behind our house. It has two like little, they call them ohana, which is like a family, means family. We have a guest house and it has 2 units in it behind our house. Like we live in the main house, and then it has like a guest house. It has like a studio apartment upstairs, and then downstairs has a 1-bedroom. They were looking for the guy who used to live there. Now, you guys, he hasn't lived there. I think I've lived in this house going on 4 years. He hasn't lived there in at least 2. Or maybe longer. And you guys, they were looking for him. Are you ready for this? Are you ready? To repossess his car. Night, Laurel. To repossess his car. They were looking to repossess his car. That's why they were driving so loud back and forth in front of my house, because they thought by driving so loud back and forth in front of my house that I would come out, or somebody would come out to say, what is up? What do you need? Well, I just thought it was some, people, guys with their diesel trucks are like Harleys. So when I went out to finally, when the lady was coming to my door and I got up and I went out because the dog started barking, she's like, we're looking for this guy. And I said, he hasn't lived here in like probably 3 years. I don't know where he is. I said, I haven't seen him. I said, his girlfriend still lives here, or his ex-girlfriend. I said, she lives in the back in the apartment. You could go ask her. And then she's like, well, how, then she starts asking me these questions like, oh, she lives in the back. And I'm like, yeah, the girlfriend lives in the back. I said, go ask her. I said, I don't know where he is. I said, the last thing I heard was that he was living on the beach in his car. I mean, and that was just somebody mentioning it and, just sort of mentioning it as an aside. They were coming to repo his car. You guys had that big diesel truck that was driving back and forth. It was, I guess, a tow truck that was going to come and repo his car. That's my life. You know what? It was kind of like, it was, Marilyn, it was definitely, the guy in the car was kind of scary. But you know what? Here, you don't even think about that. That didn't even bother me, that part. It's like, whatever. But I was like, seriously? That's what I mean. That stuff always, shit always happens to me when I'm doing my live streams. Yeah, it was, no, Lori, she's not talking about that. She's talking about, like, repo people. Like, they usually are, because they usually have to, like, get into a fight with somebody to get whatever they're repoing to get it, Anyway, that happened during my live stream, okay? The little boy from down the street came over. What else happened? The repo guy, the lady, there was something else. It always happens when I stream. Always. It's just a day in a life, right? It's like so, oh my God, it's so stupid is what it is. So, my hottie was like laughing. He's like, well, what's going to happen now? He goes, what? Because I said to him, could you guys please, because they were like cutting up, laughing and making a big thing. I said, could you guys please go do that in the other room? He was leaving to go to work. And I said, I would like to have a peaceful live stream. And he's like laughing. He's like, yeah, what's going to happen? Don't you remember the times, like I told you, the guy across the street decides he's going to use a leaf blower? He doesn't even have any leaves in his yard. It's like, oh my God. Yeah, the little singing boy. Oh, yes, Barb. You guys, if you listen to some of my old live streams, you can hear him. He comes. He used to serenade my daughter. He used to come. He'd stand out in front of the door, in front of the front door, and he would just sing to her, and she wouldn't even be home. I know. It's like so ridiculous. It's like, oh well, what can you do? The red page is kind of coming together. You heard him on the replays. He's so cute. Oh, Laura, he's so cute. He is so cute. Sometimes he calls me, like if she doesn't answer her phone, because at her school you can't have your phone. Like they won't. They will take your phone away from you if they find your phone, if they see you have your phone. So she can't take her phone to school. So, so she never has her phone. And he'll call her because his school gets out a little different. He'll be like, wanting to go and play or do something. He calls for her. She doesn't answer her phone. So if she doesn't answer her phone, guess whose phone he calls? Mine. Yes, the little one who's saying, oh, thanks. I would love a thumbs up. Thanks, you guys. I would be very appreciative. So yes, he sings. And then so if she doesn't answer her phone, he calls my phone. Like, it's so funny. He's like, I've been calling her. She doesn't answer her phone. I'm like, yeah, she's at school. She can't answer her phone. Yes, he calls me. He calls me. It's like, I want to play or whatever. Or I want to know, does she want to go to something? Look what I got at Ross. You guys, I don't go to Ross very often, but I told you guys I've been on this keto diet, and they actually have monk fruit sugar there, and it's way cheaper. And so when I was going to Ross, and you have to go all the time, our Ross is like so picked over. I got this at Ross. I thought it was cool. I was thinking I might use it in my journal. I don't know if I can get it open. So it's a Heidi Swap. It was $2.99 at Ross. It's a Heidi Swap. Let's see what's it called. Heidi Swap Screen Tool Kit. Let's see if I can fix my light. Yeah, you have a Ross. Ross is like TJ Maxx and Ross. I'm sure they have them in Jersey. They have them in New England, a bunch of different places. I don't know if that better, the light better there or not. I can't tell. I need to get my lights. My hubby moved my lights. He used my light for his grilling extravaganza. You guys, it's really, when it gets dark here, it gets really dark. And so, is that better? Hopefully it's better. So he used it. We need lights outside for grilling, but everybody likes it dark so you can see the stars. So I don't know. This is from Heidi Swap. It was all $3. I thought it looked kind of cool. And it is let's see if it comes with directions. It's okay, let's see. Screen print on paper, acrylic, wood, metal, fabric, and more. And it doesn't have any directions. This is usually up my alley. And it comes with some, these look like metallic colors. And I thought there would be some directions, but there is no directions. Do you have to go to their website to get the directions? Screen print on acrylic. And I thought there would be a stencil. Maybe somebody took it out. Let's see what it's supposed to come in it. Dude, you love stuff that has no directions? Well, I don't know. I guess I'll have to do a little bit more research on my. It does come with a screen printing tool, which is just looks like a. You use a credit card for that. It came with 4 colors of paint, and it came with some washi tape. I don't know what washi tape has to do with screen printing, but I guess I better like look up the directions online. Cassandra says she loves Ross Dress for Less. Yeah, no, I like it too. It's a good place to go. Well, I can't even test my screen printing because I don't know what I'm doing. Doesn't give you any. It doesn't even have any directions on the paint. So I guess I'm gonna have to. I guess I can't even do it in my journal until I do my due diligence and read about how to do it. Well, if any of you are doing keto and you want to find a sugar substitute, they carry a bunch there, and it's like for where we live, it's a lot cheaper. You might be able to find your sugar substitutes cheaper at your regular grocery store, but for where we live, it's cheaper. So I was just there and bought myself that, which I don't even know if I can use it. So, do I have a silk screen? I do have one that I made years ago, but I assumed if they were selling it as a kit that they would have like put like some sort of a silk screen thing with it. Our directions on the side of the box. Okay. Side of the box it just says screen printing tools, washi tape, and screen art ink. Oh yes, here it is. But you don't get a stencil with it. See, it showed the stencil on here, so that's why I thought it was there. Okay, it says 1, place the screen in place. 2, apply the ink. 3, use the scraper to pull the ink. 4, peel off the screen. So I'll have to look for my screen. You found it at Costco? What, the sugar, Curly? The sugar you found at Costco? Sweet dreams, Maggie. Sweet dreams. Maybe I'll paint a little in this book. Well, I like it. Have you had the monk fruit one? That's my favorite one. Some of them have a weird aftertaste. And so I didn't want to get those. I like these watches. Maybe I'll cut up a couple of these before I paint. You need to make some silk screens this week. How are you making your silk screens? Barb, you have a silk screen maker. I remember you doing it. What was the name of the silk screen maker thing that you got? Or did you have a friend make your silk screens? I remember you doing some silk screen thing. So tell me what's going on with you guys. Have you guys has this week been an energetic, like, download for some of you? Like, by that I mean just been, like, super intense or just inexplicably felt like there was a lot of unresolved things surfacing. Could just be me. Oh, a friend did them for you? How many of you guys have had that this week? This just like this intensity of like this buildup of energy where like people in your life seem to be like doing just things that are not, you can't explain it. It's a new moon in Gemini. Okay. Pure chaos, right? Yeah. How many of the rest of you have had that experience? Like we're just like, I've had, like, a friend called me this week. She was in crisis because her daughter was doing some, like, really, some just things that are not normal for her. And you felt things coming up this week. Well, yeah, it's been really intense. You had a moment at a ball game that drained you. I can relate. I can totally relate. Yeah, it has been, for me, it's been similar. So I had this friend of mine, she called me like in a real like sort of crisis mode, and her daughter just was like just doing things that were like so out of character for her that everyone around her was like responding to it in a way that just wasn't, you know, people in her life were responding in a way that felt very, it was just unusual. Sweet dreams, Denise. See you later, alligator. So, you know, we'll do some energy work in a few minutes, and, you know, I hope that the work that we do will help clear it out for you. I've had to work on myself, so this is when I can usually tell that things are like really intense, like for everyone else. When I have to work on myself like multiple times, oh, that's beautiful. Powerful connections this week, Laura says, and she ran into her mom and a former student. It was beautiful but very intense. Good night, Denise. Oh, good night. Cassandra says she has some silkscreen blanks and she's going to use that image. Oh, that you printed? Oh, good job. So what I'm finding for myself, and you guys pipe in and, share what's going on with you, is that the deeper I work on me, the more like things in my life come up that feel like they're, good night, Curly. The more I work on me, the more things come up where it's like I'll tell you one, and this is just so, it was so, anyway. So my hottie works in a high-end restaurant here, and he came home, I don't know, he came home, I don't know if it was last week, he came home and I could tell something was really wrong. You have to understand something about him. He is not a person to complain. He never speaks poorly of anyone. He doesn't really, he's not very, he leaves it there when he leaves. He goes to work and he comes home. He leaves it there when he leaves. And I always say, how's your day? And, or, tell me about the cool people that you met. Because sometimes he meets, amazing, really cool, people that he loves. Like, one time he waited on Peter Frampton, and he used to love Peter Frampton. And he had a really cool conversation with him. And, do you know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. And we live in a really beautiful vacation place where a lot of people come from all over the world. So he came home and he goes, I really can't discuss it. And I could tell something's really wrong. And that's never a reply he ever gives. So I was like, okay. And then I tune in and I go, do I delve deeper and ask, or do I just let it go? So I let it go for that day. And then a couple days later, when he had a day off, I said, do you feel like you can tell me what happened? I said, I've never seen you come home from work so distraught. And he tells me of this situation of somebody that he works with that was sexually harassing someone else. And that he just happened to be witness to it. And they streamlined their human resources department to like an agency, to one of those places like ADP or one of those things. And so he's like, I don't even know who's in our human resources department anymore. And so we were talking about it, okay? And I said to him, because you guys, I used to manage a big company. And, I used to work with people. It's like such a horrible situation to be in as the person receiving it. But it's also a horrible, and it makes you feel almost hopeless situation sometimes for people that are witnessing it, because they don't quite know what to do with it, how to process it, it brings up a lot of stuff, right? So he's sharing it with me. He said it was beyond anything I've ever experienced. And he was like, I know I need to say something. He says, but I don't really know exactly. He goes, because we don't have our human resources department anymore. He goes, I don't even know who to talk to. So anyway, it takes him a few days to find out who to talk to. And he goes in, and he and I have a very long conversation about it before he goes in. And I tell him, first of all, I said, thank you. I said, do you know how brave you are? I said, do you know how many men would never, ever, ever do that? And, of course it brought up all my stuff. It brought up all the times that, and as women, you've had it happen to you as young girls, and maybe you couldn't process it in a way where you were like, it's something I can, um, you just felt really uncomfortable, but you couldn't really process. Right, right, right. I totally agree. So he's like, I have to. And then the more he thought about it and ruminated on it, because it was like several days till he could get to that person because they were out of town or whatever. The angrier and angrier and angrier he got. And you have to realize, I've known him for a long time. Anger is not he doesn't live in that space. But he said every time he kept reliving the situation, it made him sicker and sicker and angrier and angrier. So he went in and, he said, I don't know if she's going to report it to you. He said, but I cannot in good conscience not report it to you. And he said, and he explained what happened. And he explained that, he explained it all. And he said, I don't even know how to process this. He said, because he says, I have a beautiful family of daughters, and I would be mortified if this happened to any of them. And, anyway, so, he processed it the best way he could. He reported it. He did everything. So today, he decides, right? I told him, I said, thank you on behalf of all women. Because how many times are we not believed? Anyway, so today he got a phone call from one of the people that he reported it to, who happened to be women, by the way. And she was just re-asking him all these questions. And he says, it's on a videotape. And he says, I think it was on this date. But you have to understand, like, all the days kind of run in together here. And she was like, we didn't see it on that date. And he says, well, did you go back and look on every day that this person worked with this girl? To which the woman says, well, no. And he said, why wouldn't you? And he was so upset. So, this happened today. He was so upset because he reported it, I don't know, last week or the week before. And I said to him, I said, what, I said to him, what are you, he was so emotionally distraught that he didn't even know, like, it wasn't that they didn't believe him. It was like I guess the proof wasn't right in front of him. And he said, but I'm telling you, I witnessed it. So I said, now you see how women feel who have it happen to them. They don't feel heard. They don't feel listened to. They don't feel validated. And we had this whole conversation of this intensity of things going on, and this intensity of what's happening, and this intensity of not being heard or believed. And he said, and it didn't even happen to me. He was like, it didn't even happen to me. So it brought up this whole intense energy and feeling of when you do the right thing, but you don't feel like you have been validated in that. When you do the right thing and you don't feel, do you know what I'm saying? So what brought up for me, being, having had that experience in my own life, was those unresolved, I guess for the lack of anything, nerve endings, or, those unresolved energies that happen, that are that are sort of like in your field of energy, but you don't even know that you still have them until something occurs that triggers it for you. Do you know what I'm saying? Good night, Lala. No, it is a hard. I felt the same way. I told him he was my hero. So tonight when we do our energy work, what I'm gonna say I've been working on for myself is healing those endings, those nerve endings, those triggers, those, and I don't need to know what they are, but to heal them so that I don't carry that trigger with me anymore. So that I don't get triggered by whatever it is, that I can see it from a clear space of love and not being triggered based on whatever I have that's unresolved. Hey, Vicky. Does that make sense? Or did I just like babble on to like some ridiculousness? But so anyway. I have to heal it, Laura, because I'm telling you, for me, it's like I didn't even know I had those raw bits and pieces, right? But I do. And maybe it's not something that's necessarily happened to me in this moment, or maybe not at all. Maybe it's just the collectiveness of feeling that empathy for other people that, keeps it open for me. But, it was real and true. And I was like, ugh. I was like, okay. And so I've been working on myself with it. Since he told me about it a few weeks ago, and we've been going through this whole process and going through the whole thing, and I've been going through it all with him, because he didn't know how to navigate it. He's like, I don't know how to navigate it. He's like, this is beyond anything that I've ever experienced. And like today when they were like questioning him and all that stuff, and he's like, so are you saying you don't believe me? He says, go back. He goes, and you're telling me that you haven't bothered to go back and look at those. He goes, interview the woman. Interview her. And I know the reason they don't want to interview her, because they don't want to open up a can of worms and open up a lawsuit for themselves, right? Amazing. Hey, Deb. Oh my gosh. Laura, I can't even imagine. It's like it's very raw, right? So I said to him, we have no control of whatever they do. I said, but that could definitely taint the way you feel about wanting to continue to work for them. Because if somebody doesn't have integrity, I can't work for someone with no integrity. And I said, yeah, it's what it is. I can't work for somebody with no integrity. So that's what we'll work on. So why don't you guys, if you want to have some energized water, get some. And bring it here, and we'll do our process. We'll start in a few minutes. We'll start in a couple minutes. And it only lasts about 10 minutes. It's all it ever lasts. Ben's putting a reminder out there for the auction today. Saturday. So good night, Lucinda. We love you. Oh, Marilyn said she had to get a Reiki trauma release from something similar. Oh my gosh. I will, Laura. I will tell him thank you. I felt the same way. I told him, I said, you have risen so, I love him and I have high regard for him, but I said, you have risen in my eyes so much from this experience, because I would never have I would never have ever I would never have done, I would have never done, known, you know what I mean? It would never have occurred to me that he would witness that. And the other thing is that he would just say, I have to say something, because if I don't say something, then I'm no better than the person that did it. Guys, I really love this book. Isn't that so silly? Isn't it so silly how a book that you've been like just gluing silly stuff in, how much you could love it? Yes, don't forget her, auction. Her auction is Saturday. It's Care Heart. Her auction is Saturday at... It's a great book. I love it. I'm going to love it when I finish it. It feels like it's taking me forever to finish it, though. I'm going to have to put it... When I start my encyclopedia, I'll put it away for a while, and then I'll bring it back again when I... Yeah, book for no reason. You guys all should make one. I love the front of the cover. I think the reason I liked it was because it was that sort of funky 50s, 60s design. You love it because of the memories. Oh, you're so sweet. So, I'm asking for myself, but I'm also asking for each and every one of you that those energies, those frayed nerve endings, those energies, wherever you are, Deb, you're absolutely right. Deb says you can imagine he feels differently and awkward toward the person who did it as well. It sheds a different light on their purses as well. You wouldn't want to be around them. I think the bigger thing is that if the company he works for doesn't let him go, he won't work for the company. And that was the bigger question we had, the bigger conversation we had. Because, you can say, look, this is what's happening, and you can say, you need to do something about it. And then if nothing ever comes, you can just say, yeah, and they may or may not, Deb. You don't have any control over what they do. But, I don't know. It's brought a lot of conversations up for both of us. It's also brought up, people do what they can get away with and that sort of feeling. And it's just, they should be afraid, Lynn. They should totally be afraid. So, I want everybody to get your water if you want to do some water, if you want to do it. Laura, it's all over the world, right? So it's been really intense. So I'm just saying that for those of you that have experienced this these energetic intensities, know that they come up for you to release them. Know that they're not you. That's not who you are. You're actually you're actually perfect in the highest light and the highest energy of the divine. Also know that you don't have to hold on to those energetic frayed energies or patterns or whatever it is. I don't even know exactly what it is, but it's sort of like these triggers. So you don't have to bring them to mind of what you want to release, but just make your intention that through this energy process for the next 10 minutes, you're going to let go of and release any of those triggers. So they no longer trigger you. You won't even have to relive them. You're just going to release them. And in place of them, it's just going to be peace and love. In place of that, it's going to be peace and love. Okay, so let's get started. So all you need to do to participate is inhale through your nose and exhale out through your mouth. And of course, see, the dogs across the street have to bark because that's how it works with me. And just know that it happens with your intention to release and be in a space of calm or love or light or whatever works for you. And you can also include anybody you'd like to in this. So if you know somebody else that's close to you that may be going through a similar situation, or maybe you notice that they have those same types of patterns that you're feeling or going through, we can bring them to mind. But know that they all, and hope that this energy, not hope, the energy will do its work. But we each have conscious consent and freedom to choose whether we want to heal or not. So know sometimes when when you do stuff like this, know that you can wish the best for somebody, but it's up to them to take that in for themselves. Does that make sense? Okay, girls, let's inhale through your nose and exhale out through your mouth. Receive and release. Imagine yourself in a column of light. When you look up, you can't see the end. And when you look down, you can't see the end. This is your column of light. It is unique to your being, soul, spirit. Allow your column of light to enter deep, deep, deep into the earth. Give your column of light deep roots, like big oak tree roots, deep in the heart of the earth. Let's ask the earth to share with us her energy. I see this like beautiful golden light, but you can see it, feel it, think it, or just know it any way that works for you. Feel this beautiful golden light energy pouring through your column of light. Feel it filling your feet and ankles, calves and knees, thighs and hips. Feel it filling the base of your spine, your lower abdomen, your waist, your chest and back, your throat and neck, your shoulders, your arms, your wrists, your hands, and out every finger. Feel it filling your face and head, and feel it fountaining out the top of your head as high as you can imagine. Ready? Breathe it in. Breathe it in. And breathe it in. Take a moment to feel your connection to the earth. Now I'd like you to follow your column of light and give it the suggestion, heart of creation, heart of the central sun, and with that, it's right there, deep in the heart of creator creation energy, deep in the heart of the earth, of the central sun. Give your column of light above your head the same tree roots you did it to as those are deep in the earth. Let's ask this beautiful angelic cosmic realm to share with us this beautiful energy. I see this like beautiful silvery diamonds, but you can see it, feel it, think it, or just know it any way that works for you. Feel this beautiful diamond light energy pouring through your column of light. Feel it filling your column of light and mixing with your energy and the earth's energy and spreading 6 feet in all directions. Feel it filling your head and face, your throat and neck, your shoulders, your arms, your wrists, your hands, and out every finger. Feel it filling your chest and back, your waist, your lower abdomen, the base of your spine, and feel it pouring through your hips, thighs, knees, calves, and ankles, and out the bottom of your feet, expelling any and all excess deep in the heart of the earth. Ready? Breathe it in. Breathe it in and breathe it in. Take a moment to enjoy your connection to heaven and earth. Now I'd like you to focus on your heart. And on the inhale, I'd like you to breathe in and receive peace, love, and bliss. And on the exhale, I want you to release any of these energies, any of these triggers that no longer serve you. Ready? Breathe yourself back in and let go of anything else. Receive and release. Receive and release. Let's add 2 more points of light. Let's add the point of light at your waist and the point of light in your throat. We're focusing on your waist, your heart, and your throat. Ready? Breathe in and receive peace, bliss, and love. And on the exhale, release any of these energies that no longer serve you, any of these triggers. Ready? Receive and release. Receive and release. Receive and release. Receive and release. Let's add 2 more points of energy to your lower abdomen and the center of your forehead. We're focusing on your lower abdomen, your waist, your heart, your throat, and the center of your forehead. Breathe in and receive peace, love, and bliss. And on the exhale, release any of those trigger points, anything. You don't even need to know what they are. Just allow them to leave. Ready? Receive and release. Receive and release. Receive and release. Receive and release. One more time. Receive and release. Let's add 2 more points of light, the base of your spine and the top of your head. We're focusing on the base of your spine, your lower abdomen, your waist, your heart, your throat, the center of your forehead, and the top of your head. Breathe in and receive peace, love, and bliss. And on the exhale, release anything, any of these nerve endings that no longer serve you. Ready? Receive and love. Receive and love. Receive and love. Receive in love. Receive peace, love, and bliss, and release anything else. Receive in love. Let's add 2 more points of light, 1 foot below your feet and 1 foot above your head. We're focusing 1 foot below your feet, the base of your spine, your lower abdomen, your waist, your heart, your throat, the center of your forehead, the top of your head, and 1 foot above your head. Receive peace, love, and bliss. And on the exhale, let go of anything, any energies that no longer serve you. Ready? Receive in love. Release in love. Receive and release. Receive and release. Receive and release. Receive and release. Now let's add 2 more points of light, 6 feet below your feet and 6 feet above your head. We're focusing 6 feet below your feet, 1 foot below your feet, the base of your spine, your lower abdomen, your waist, heart, throat, shoulder, throat, center of your forehead, top of your head, 1 foot above your head and 6 feet above your head there. Breathe in and receive peace, love, and bliss. And on the exhale, release anything that no longer serves you. Ready? Receive in love. Receive in love. Receive in love. Receive in love. Let's add 2 more points of light. Let's add the point of light where you connect to the heart of the earth and the point of light where you connect to the heart of creation, the heart of the central sun. We're working on the point in the center of the earth, 6 feet below your feet, 1 foot below your feet, the base of your spine, your lower abdomen, your waist, your heart, your throat, the center of your forehead, 1 foot above your head, 6 feet above your head, and where you connect to the heart of Creator, creation energy, the heart of the central sun. Ready? Breathe in and receive peace, love, and bliss. And on the exhale, release anything that no longer serves you. Ready? Receive in love. Receive in love. Receive in love. Receive in love. I'd like you to focus on your hands and let me know when you feel this energy. Let me know when you feel it. I'd like you to put your hands on your heart and bring to mind anyone you'd like to include. I'd like you to imagine an infinity symbol standing straight up and down like a figure eight. Feel it starting, see it starting where your roots are in the heart of creator creation energy, crossing through your heart, going deep into the earth, crossing back through your heart and ending where it began. On the inhale, receive love from the divine, from the heart of the earth, from the heart of the divine, from the heart of the central sun. And on the exhale, give back love to the earth, the heart of the central sun, and the heart of the divine. Ready? Receive and give. Receive and give. Receive and give. And when you feel ready, open your eyes and come back. And feel free if you have anything you'd like to share. There's no right or wrong. No right or wrong. Yeah, totally. I hear you, Vicky. I agree. I'm glad. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Well, my lovelies, know that I love you. And I will see you again on Friday. And hopefully between now and then I'll be able to put out a couple of videos on what to bring to the table for your altered encyclopedia. I love you, Lizzie. I'm so glad. I love you, Miss Elizabeth Brewer. You're awesome. Oh, I'm so glad. It was different. Oh, good. I'm glad it was. Yeah, the energy's definitely picking up here on our little earth plane. It's definitely picking up, and if you allow yourself to experience it, it can really take you to a place of healing. Love you, Val. I'm sending you guys so much love, and I will see you on Friday. And hopefully between now and then I'll be able to put out a couple of videos, one for the encyclopedia, one for the Creative Arts Collaboration, which is coming up on the 15th of June. And, hopefully we can have a really good time this summer crafting. Guys, go and support each other. Join each other's live streams. Be there for each other. This is a wonderful community we have here on YouTube. And, it is what you make it. So there's so much love for each and every one of you here. And I hope that you go and you share it with each other. Laura's doing a lot of live streaming lately, the Jersey Crafter, so make sure you head on over to her channel. Don't forget Barb this Friday is her live stream. Go and join her channel, How to Get Creative with Barb Owen. It'll be Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern. And, there's lots of really wonderful artists here on YouTube to inspire you and to keep you company. And it's a really fun way to learn different things from each other. All right, my lovelies, I will see you on Friday. And don't forget, Miss Maridel Abrams, I think Stacy Pink Poodle Crafter, I think she does Wednesdays mixed media mashup. Lizzie does Thursdays if she's feeling better. Miss Elizabeth Brewer. And don't forget Miss Maridel Abrams, who I love, the Mary Attier. She's doing early mornings with Mary, and she's a lot of fun too. All right, my lovelies, thanks for joining me. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being my peeps. Thanks for being my tribe. I appreciate you more than you know. And as always, from my heart to your heart. Oh, and don't forget about Kara's auction on Saturday. And as always, from my heart to your heart, I'm sending you so much aloha. Until next time.